Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be diving in and playing with the new Sample Beauty Blooming Lovely palette today. Guys, this color story is so fucking gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed. This palette is amazing, guys. I have been playing with this palette nonstop the last week, and I've created so many different looks using this palette. I do have a couple looks over on Instagram, and I've just done some really simple looks just on an everyday as well. I absolutely love this palette, guys. There's so much you can do with this palette. I think I picked it up on Beauty Bay for, I think it was $33, which is not a bad price at all. I've always loved Sample Beauty's eyeshadow palettes. I've never had any issues with them whatsoever. I think the quality is there, and for the price point, you can't beat it. So if this color story speaks to you, you need to pick it up because it is absolutely beautiful. This is the look that I came up with today, guys. I really hope that you enjoy it. I'm just gonna get ready to dive right into it, guys, but if you're new here, my name is Brittany and welcome to my channel. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And if you guys want to see how I create this really bomb ass look today, then just keep on watching. I'm on a bit of a time crunch today. I have to photograph an elopement in a few hours, so I have to kind of rush through this. I know I look like a bag of shit. That's okay. Let's dive in. I already prepped my lid with my P. Louise base. Absolutely love this stuff, and we're going to dive right into the palette, guys. I'm so excited to be creating a look for you guys today because I've been playing with this palette non-stop lately, and I'm just obsessed with it. So I'm going to start off by going into the shade Water. And I'm going to buff that right into the crease. I'm going to go over top of that with the shade Flourish. And I'm going to buff that right into the crease as well. And then I'm going to go over top of that with the shade Petal, and I'm also going to buff this into the crease. And that's pretty good for the first go around, so I'm going to go back and repeat the exact same steps, really build up the intensity of these eyeshadows, make sure that they're really nice and blended in together. Like always, guys, you know the drill when it comes to this. Guys, I really love this palette though. Like, it is so pigmented. I love Sample Beauty's eyeshadow palettes. Like, I don't buy all of them all the time because sometimes the color story just doesn't speak to me, or I already have something very similar to it in my collection. But this palette really got me because there's just so much you can do with it and so many different color combos. It's just a really well thought out palette, in my opinion anyways. And I've always liked the quality of Sample Beauty's eyeshadows. Like, I've never had any issues with them before. And I do find them reasonably priced. Like, I think I picked this one up on the Beauty Bay website for $33, which I think is not bad at all for the quality and the amount of eyeshadows that you get. The only thing that I hate about Beauty Bay lately, I don't know what it is, but the last couple times that I've ordered from the Beauty Bay website, I always get charged custom fees whenever it arrives to Canada. And I never used to get custom fees before, but now, like, the last literally like 5 times that I've ordered from Beauty Bay, I've gotten charged customs. And it's kind of annoying because then you have to tack that on top of the palette. And I mean, so the palette was like $33, and then shipping was only a couple of dollars, I think. But then when it got to Canada, I ended up having to pay $18 custom fees, which, you know, that's still kind of, you know, pricey just to get it through customs, if you ask me anyways. So I guess in the end of the day, it does cost you a little bit more, but that is what it is for Canadians. We always get the shitty end of the stick when it comes to pricing and stuff of makeup because it's always so much more expensive for us than it is for anybody else in the world. It drives me fucking batty. I'm going to go back in with, where did that brush go? I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of water, and I'm going to blend that right back into the crease for a second. And I like that. And then to go directly into the crease, I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to go into the shade Photosynthesis, and I'm going to pack that directly into the crease. And this is just going to help add a little bit more depth to the look. And I'm going to go back over that one more time with the shade Water, again, just to kind of help me blend it out a little bit more. Alright guys, I just hopped off camera and I cut my crease. I'm going to go back into the shade Photosynthesis, and I'm really going to pack that eyeshadow on the outer V of the eye and really blend it into that base before I go in with the blue shadow on the lid. I do seem to be getting a little bit of patchiness on the outer V, but that's okay because I'm going to go in with wing liner anyway, so that might cover it up. I'm just going to move on to the lid, guys. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of rushing through this. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have an elopement to photograph very soon, so I am rushing through this, and I wish I was taking my time a little bit more, but I just don't have the time. So I'm going to go into the shade Atmosphere, which is a beautiful shimmery blue shade out of the palette. I am going to get my brush to spray. You definitely need either glitter glue with this palette to pick up the shimmery shades, or wet your brush with some sort of setting spray in order to get it to stick, because otherwise you're just not going to get any pigment and it's just going to end up falling all over the place and wasting the eyeshadow. So keep that in mind whenever going in with the shimmery shades from this palette. If it's not working for you wet, go in with a glitter glue, because these are a different formula and glitter glue will really help make these shadows stick to the lid if you're having issues with it. This one, I mean, I could have went in with a glitter glue with this one, but it did give me a bit of color payoff just using it wet. So that's just what we're gonna do. Like I said, I'm rushing. All right, guys, I did hop off camera. I threw on some lashes, liner, and I did the rest of my face, and we're gonna start working underneath the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go into the shade Photosynthesis again, and I'm gonna buff that right underneath the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to go underneath that lower lash line with Hay Fever. And I'm going to buff that underneath it as well. I also think that I'm going to go on the inner corner with the shade Occasion, which is this really beautiful kind of bronzy shade from the palette. And I'm just going to pop it really lightly on the inner corner just for a little bit of, just add it in for a little extra pop on the inner corner. Alright guys, so that's it for today's look. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Would I recommend this palette? 100% yes, guys. Like I said, I absolutely love the color story of this palette. The pigmentation is really, really good in this palette. As always with Sample Beauty's eyeshadow palettes, I've never had an issue with any of them before, and I think they're very reasonably priced. So if this color story speaks to you, pick it up. You won't regret it. It's a really, really good palette. So if you guys want to see any more looks using this palette, let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys have any other video recommendations that you want to see, just let me know in the comment section below as well. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.